News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome once again to Community Viewpoint. I'm your host with Maria Hurst, the host with the Hurst this evening. As you could see, we have our County Commissioner, Gary Hollis, with us. He's the Commissioner from District 3. He spent a lot of time at the Fall Fair and Festival this weekend. Were you politicking?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can't do that on the show, but I think that's what he was doing. He'd have to pay for the politicking, but Gary's going to talk about a lot of the things that he's doing in Nye County, and you've been your two-term commissioner? Or
Two-term. Yeah.
And you're going, if you were talking about it this evening, you'd be going for your third?
Third term, yeah.
Okay. And that'll be 2012?
2012.
Okay.
Can I just say that, Gary, you've been a really, like, just not like the run-of-the-mill politician. You're really involved and you get to know people, and I think that's very nice. I think it's very nice because you really genuinely care about things that are happening in Nye County, and you work hard, and I think you really go above and beyond.
I appreciate that. Thank
And I
you
don't know
very
if
much.
many people remember, but he used to be on the town board, the Prump Town Board.
Oh, yeah.
So he can see on both sides of the fence on how things were happening. We were just talking before the show, some of the commissioners that were on the board when you were on the town board, and you have some famous
Cameron,
names.
Red, Jeff, Gucci,
Jeff DeGucci.
and Dick Carver.
Mm-hmm.
They were all on at that time.
Yeah. So that's going back when? 1997, 98?
Well, 96 when I got elected, they were all on the board at that time.
So that's history already. Those are names that are written in history. Dick Carver.
And I just heard that Red, his family came and picked him up. He's sick.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not well. So I think his brother came up from California and took him back there to take care of him.
Oh, because I love seeing him around the neighborhoods and
Oh,
stuff. Yeah. He's always makes my day. Yeah. Yeah.
He always likes the pretty ladies too.
Yeah. He would always press. Well, not with the ladies, but we call it pressing the flesh back in Chicago, shaking hands. But he was great for getting out there and meeting him at bars and whatnot.
Really nice guy.
Yeah, he's a good person. So the best, wishing you the best in our prayers. So you're also an extreme proponent for the Yucca Mountain Nevada test site. You used to work at the Nevada test site.
I worked at Nevada Test Site and Yucca Mountain. Both.
And Yucca Mountain. And recently we had the meeting over at the Prump Nugget for the site-wide environmental impact statement where you spoke. I spoke also for, I think it's a 10-year period. And the comment period was originally until November 30th, I believe or October 30th.
October 30th.
And now they extended it just today till December 7th. So if you have comments, you can go to their website or you can call Nevada Test Site, Department of Energy, Nevada office to find out how to make comments, or you can just Google it. So if you want to find out about the Nevada Test Site and you don't know anything about it, this is a good time to find out about it. If you go on their site, you'll find out a lot of the things that they've done in the past, what they're doing now, and what they're projecting to do in the future, and put your comments in there for the site-wide environmental impact statement, what you would like to see for the future of the Nevada Test Site, what their mission would be. And it all goes down and it's all official when you make the comments. And we had I think 46 people in the Prump Nugget. I think it was better than they did in Las Vegas. You're up in Tonopah too, weren't you?
I made all 5 hearings.
How were those? Did they grab any people or no?
I would say that Pahrump was the largest gathering of people, but I went to Las Vegas, Pahrump, St. George, Utah,
Okay.
Tonopah, and Carson City.
Okay, great.
So it's a busy week.
Oh, definitely, yes. So, So you were at the Fall Fair and Festival. The weather was pretty good, and we were talking about the rodeo. And the rodeo, we were unsure about that because in past, what was it last year? They didn't have
They
the
didn't have it last year.
right. But this year, you said the stands were fairly
Yeah,
full.
there were the stands were full, and it was a pretty good rodeo. And of course, rodeos do well here in Pahrump in the West.
I think everybody likes the
And
rodeo.
Yeah.
so yeah, it went real well.
Since you were there, you were sitting there most of the weekend. What were the people asking you? Were there specific
I
questions?
think redistricting was one of the top agenda items, along with Black Road and what we're going to do at the Calvada High in the future.
What are we going to do? I know we're going to try to fill the pond. We have to do RFPs again.
Right. And one of the things we're going to do is move Health and Human Services, the Veteran Services, and the health nurse to a new building that will be located just around the back of the nuclear waste office where the trees are over there.
Okay.
Used to be apartments in the old days.
Oh, I remember those.
Calvada
Yeah. Right, yeah.
apartments. A new building will go there, and so those three entities will move into that building.
It'll almost be like a government center. Oh my goodness! Yeah.
Well,
What a concept! Yeah.
We couldn't have done better if we planned it, huh?
Yeah.
I'm really happy about that too because I'm part of one of those organizations, so that will be really nice to get into the
And
new building.
we're looking at about 120 days that building will be up and.
Okay, because it's
We'll be
modular.
moving.
Yes. Okay, so we have it on site someplace? Is it?
It's
sitting?
in Las Vegas. It's
Oh, it's
already,
Las Vegas.
it's ready. You should see some work starting this week. As soon as the dust control plan is okay.
Right. We do have a dust control plan here too, and it's been enforced for, God, probably 4 years now, at least, yeah. I've noticed some meteors that have been falling near the duck pond, or these big rocks. Did you have anything to do with that?
The rocks around?
It's a huge one that's in front of it. How'd you do
All
that?
most all those rocks came from Sterling Gold out in Crater Flats. They have a working gold mine out there, and I was out there touring the facility, and I said, I sure would like to have some of these rocks at Calvada High. And he said, come and get all you want. So when I have a truck coming, or John Shea's out there and he's bringing an empty truck back, he brings me a load of rocks.
Nice.
You know, landscapers will charge me $100 for
Yeah.
each one of them. And so it's people like, Sterling Gold that steps up and helps the county out, and John Shea for hauling them, and,
Oh, yeah.
that's what makes a good community partner.
Mm-hmm. So that's where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Now,
There's no gold, by the way.
I was going to say that. There's no gold.
Don't be breaking them open.
That's why you got them for a good price. There's no,
Well,
yeah.
the idea is when they go in to start mining, they take the surface rocks out, and most of the time there's where the big ones come from. It's just sitting there on the surface. So they push them into a pile because they're not needed, and people like me come and take them all.
Okay, well, it's good.
Nice.
The landscaping will look good over there since we're trying to get rid of the
And
the
we're always
grass.
going to have something going on, or the town will have something going on, or the library may need something, or,
I'll remember you said that. Okay.
well, that's what makes a community.
Yes.
Is, we all, when one needs something, we try to find it, try to take care of it then. And that's the best thing to do, The rocks do me no good if they're just sitting there, not doing anything. So one of the things that most of the rocks will be going to is a fountain there right at the end of the pond. So when the water is sucked up from the other side, it goes down the waterfall, goes back in the pond. That keeps that water clean, keeps it moving.
Yeah.
And that was one of our problems with the old pond, is the water was stagnant. It was building up with ammonia.
Yeah.
It was building up with nitrate, and that was perking down into the water table. So we wanted to stop that.
And we'll probably try to keep the waterfowl population down too.
Strongly suggest, please do not take your pet turtles, fish, ducks, snakes to the pond. I mean, they do a lot of damage. You don't think that they do, but they do. The turtles burrow into the sides of the banks and lay their eggs, and then when the waters sluice up into the hole, the banks want to fall down. And
Right.
that's the reason why we were losing
And
part
it's
of
a,
that island out there.
right, it's a safety hazard too.
Yeah.
You could fall in for crying out loud. Some poor child, yes.
So that's the reason we did some grouting along the banks there to keep any animal from digging into the bank.
Yeah, because that's really looking beautiful. They got rid of all those oleanders down that strip
Yeah, I
now.
caught a lot of heck over them oleanders. I mean,
Well, we're going towards a more of a desert landscaping though, aren't we?
well, they not only are poisonous, they were dying on the inside. They were a hazard because you couldn't see
That's, yeah.
in some places. The watering of them, the water was coming out on one side of the road, and some of our motorcycle people that travel that were complaining
Slip.
that they were slipping around there.
Yes.
So we thought about taking them out and then putting something in there that's more appropriate for the desert, which is like Palo Verde or mesquite or some kind of, and Russian sage might do well there,
Mhm.
and some plants. And we're gonna let the master gardeners help us out
Oh,
with that.
excellent. Yeah, that'd be a good
Awesome.
project for them to do, yes.
Awesome.
And we did. We contacted master gardeners and asked them to go look at the oleanders and trees that we cut down and tell us whether or not that they could survive there. And they said the trees and the oleanders was not suitable for a divider. It was not. And that the oleanders was dying on the inside.
Oh, okay. So, there.
So-
Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be a good
Was she
project for...
complaining about it too?
No,
Oh.
no.
No, you know what I complain about? Everyone knows what I complain about. The salt cedar. I complain about the salt cedar. If you have them in your yard, I'm just going to interrupt and say, get them out.
Salt cedars is one of the most dangerous plants that we have here in the Southwest. They suck up 200 to 300 gallons of water a day. They are not a good tree. Contact the master gardeners and see if there's a way that you can kill this tree and get it out, because it's no good. It's absolute. And the person you blame for the salt cedar is USDA.
Yes.
USDA introduced this tree from Southeast Asia to keep the wind from blowing the farmland away. They didn't understand how much water this plant really sucked up, or this tree sucked up.
Plus all of the substance that it emits, like nothing can grow around this tree. This
Right.
tree is on the noxious weed list, like nothing can grow around it. Maybe it provides a little wind, but it definitely is so much more
Even
hazardous to the
USDA
ground.
is trying to kill the tree.
Yes, it's
No,
horrible.
it's a scourge of the Southwest and
Yeah.
the West.
I mean-
That and its cousin, the Athel, which you see over on Wilson on the old Binyah property there.
Still there?
Yeah, that's a beautiful windbreak, but unfortunately, it sucks up the same amount of water, but it's not as prolific as the salt cedars. You know, they
But
There's-
the salt
there's
cedar
other
has such
trees.
small seeds,
yes.
and when the
Go.
wind blows, you're putting millions of seeds all over the place, and that's how this plant has survived. It
Right.
just keeps on.
It's just
blowing
taking
around.
over.
Yeah.
And all of this water, when you think about what a household uses, and when you think about how the whole state and the whole country even is worried about water problems. We're worried about where we're going to get water. Are we going to get it from here? Are we going to get it from here? What happens if this happens or that? This tree is
Each tree
harming
consumes
the water
more
table.
water than a household per day.
one tree. So
One
if you have
tree.
3 in your yard, you're using more water than
You're
you and 3 neighbors for one tree.
So you didn't hear it from me, you heard it from them this time. So we're all, yeah. I belong to
Yeah,
Southern
I'll get
Night-
going on the salt cedar.
And I think the master gardeners would tell you the same thing.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
It's not a good tree to have, and if there's any way that you can get rid of it, you'd be better off.
Yeah, and with the Southern Lyon County Conservation District that I'm with, we have some grant money, but grant money is hard to find. And we've been eradicating some of it in the Pahrump area, but like I said, grant money is hard to find right now.
I have an idea. Like, I'm just going to say,
I'm just
what
saying.
if a company wanted to have some people to volunteer? Could they get like a tax write-off through the conservation district or the county
No,
if they
they-
I
volunteer
don't know
work,
a
like
good way to
monetary
kill
work?
a salt cedar right now. There's not really good avenues to go. There's chemicals now, but we don't know how bad the chemicals will be to the environment. So we need to sit back and find out how we can kill the plant. They wanted to.
Short of yanking it
Yeah.
out of the ground.
That's one of the ways of
That-
doing mechanically.
Yes,
Yes,
Okay.
but if you leave too much of a root there, she'll grow right
it's
back.
got a real.
That's how I got the one
long
out of my
taproot.
backyard. We tied it, my neighbors have a big four-wheel drive Jeep, and we chained it, and we yanked it right out of the ground, and it has never shown its ugly face again.
There are, if you go up to Star Nursery, my friend Mark has some substances over there. He has the way of doing it. We have, there's fact sheets from the UNR Cooperative Extension also. So if you go online in the Cooperative Extension, you'll find their fact sheets to tell you how to eradicate that also. There are ways, but like Gary said, you got to be careful what you use. It could be bad for the environment, and they are very, very tough to get rid of. So
Yeah.
don't be pruning them. Don't be planting
Don't
planting
water them, for sure, don't water
You know how
them.
bad bamboo is to get rid of?
Oh yeah.
Well,
This
this
is
plant, this tree actually is
my worst.
really
I'm-
bad.
I'm glad, I didn't mean to get us off on that tangent, but I'm so glad that, yeah, I did, actually. I did, because I really don't like those trees. But I'm really glad that we're doing some natural, like, replanting, and the master gardeners are doing that over there. I think
Yeah,
that's
they're
wonderful.
very helpful organization. If you have a problem with your tree not growing, just stop in and see them. They're really helpful.
And they just did the tree sale, didn't they? They just
Mhm.
did the tree sale with the Forest Service?
It's in the process right now, I believe, sometime this month.
Oh,
they
so
haven't-
if you want to get in on it, then call them?
There or the front of their office, there's a little box there with the sheets over there you can order.
Oh, cool.
You better go there really quick because you ordered. I mentioned last week. I think the minimum of 3 bushes. I think the minimum is $4 each. And call the UNR Cooperative Extension. I don't have their number with me, but Debbie's over there.
It's right on the corner of Dandelion and Calvados. You can just stop over there.
Yes. So, what else we haven't talked about yet?
Well, redistricting is going to be a hot issue coming tomorrow. There will be 2 plans submitted to the board. One is a 3-2, which is 3 commissioners in the south and 2 up north.
Okay.
The other plan is 4 commissioners in the south and 1 commissioner up north.
Naturally, we would want the 4 and 1, but the folks up north would want the 3 and 2.
Well, I don't understand why they would, because with these commissioner districts 1 and 2 that's out there now, which one of them is Commissioner East's district, the other is Commissioner Wickman's district. One of them going to have 50% of Pahrump, the other one has 60%. I would almost be willing to bet that over the next 2 election cycles, all 5 commissioners could be from Pahrump.
Because they're not just necessarily, these 2 from way up there, because they cut into our area down
Right.
here.
Other
So you'd
words-
have to look at the maps to see what areas they do represent. That's what Gary's talking about.
They have 60%, Lorinda has 60% of Pahrump. It goes, all the way down to Irene, and then, matter of fact, this is in our district, it goes down to Mountain Falls.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard for somebody to stay down here and campaign and win a seat with 60% of the people don't live where you live.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is it's going to be pretty hard to win elections like that. And so I'm saying that within 2 election cycles, all 5 commissioners could be from Pahrump.
Okay.
I personally don't want to see that. I think that the North needs to have a
Representation.
commissioner that represents their point of views. So that's the reason why I think the 4-1 will give
Be
them,
the
because
best.
it'll take at least 20 to 30 years for that seat to be in jeopardy.
Okay. All right, so stay tuned with that. You'll probably read about that. You'll hear more from Gary and the other commissioners on that that are running for office. And, just go online and find out for yourself what the districts look like and what you may want to comment on.
And you can watch our commissioner meetings online by going to our website and punching, clicking on videos, I believe, and it'll take you to Grand Rapids, and you can see everything right there on your computer. We've been really good about trying to get our technology out there to where everybody in the population has some way of seeing what's going on with their government.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch it on the computer, you can read about it in you can watch it on TV, you can hear about it on radio. You can come to the meetings and actually see it live and right in action, but it's all there if they want to see it.
I don't want to forget about this other item too, the Prump Museum. What's going to happen August 29th?
I believe it's October
Or
29th.
October 29th? Yeah, take everything I say and add 3 months. August.
You trying
2
to
months.
ask Larry if it's in August?
Yeah, all right.
Just teasing.
October 29th, you almost said it.
It's catchy.
See, it's catchy.
Yeah. I'm going to be 62. in another day, yeah.
October 29th, we'll have a museum groundbreaking or open house for the museum, and also for the nuclear waste office exhibits that we have there. It'll be from 9 until 4, and Karen Jackson will be there on a live remote from 1 to 4. And she's going to be giving out some very, very nice prizes. So, and
Cool.
she will probably be asking you some kind of a question. Maybe I shouldn't. Well, I'll give you the clue. It's something about energy. She'll be asking you questions about energy. So, study up on energy.
And we're asking the folks that used to work at the Nevada test site, in particular Yucca Mountain,
Right.
if you're in the area, you're watching, or if you know someone that worked at the site at Yucca Mountain, to let us know prior to the grand opening, so we could. Michael Vogel, who is like Mr. Yucca Mountain.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is asking you to come by so to take a picture, and also he wants to do a plaque for former employees of the Yucca Mountain and Nevada test site.
That's
So
nice.
I'm trying to get some former workers and then get the word out and so and so. So you can give us a call here or call the NWRPO at 727-7727 and tell them you used to work at the site, Yucca Mountain, and to give your name and phone number to Michael Vogel.
Or if you're around Saturday between 9 and 4, stop in and see me or Michael Vogel, and we'll take care of it right then.
Cool.
Okay, so you wanted a couple of minutes at the end, but do you know when we're going to have the show tonight?
Okay, so
you remember?
tonight it's going to be on at 8 o'clock after the parade. There's going to be another showing of the parade
Again?
on 46.3. We will be showing on 41, tentatively Mondays at 6:30 a.m. Call in and hopefully we can get some more times or some times that you may want to watch. You can always email us at cvpkpvm41@yahoo.com. You can also watch us at kpvm.tv or on YouTube. Just search KPVM Community Viewpoint, and you can watch us over and over and like them and put them in your favorites because you love us and all of that.
Okay.
Well, maybe they could put us in the mornings on Channel 41. Is there anything else going on in the mornings? Is there a morning show or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think we should be on every morning.
So anyway, what did you want to talk about?
I just wanted to kind of plug next week's show. This past weekend I went to a comedy show for one of my favorite radio DJs on Comm 92.3. It's Brandon Guchon, and I got some pictures, and he did a little promo for us here at Community Viewpoint. So I'm just going to play that, and we'll see when he's playing next, so everybody can go see him.
And also, Scott Lewis will be here because this is National Fire Prevention Month. Fire Prevention Week is coming up, so he'll have some good tips for us, give us some insight on what we can do to make our homes safer here. I think we only have 2 more minutes, so how you doing with Wick?
Oh, with Wick? Oh, before I go on, his show is on 3 to 6 on Comp 92.3, so I want to get that out there. With Wick, we are doing great. We have lots of openings. I know sometimes people think that social service agencies only help people who are out of work. Wick is unique that we have a very high income limit. So a family of 5 can make like $3,800. I think it's actually a little more now. So you may qualify. So just because you have a job doesn't mean you shouldn't call us and see if you qualify, because we're not a welfare program. We are a nutrition program paid for up at the USDA level. It goes down to the state, and then the money goes to the agencies who are providing services to the public. And we provide free nutrition counseling, health screenings, and free healthy food. And we have classes on all different kinds of nutrition and safety and exercise and all kinds of topics. So, and we're happy to be moving with the new clinic. It's going to be over at the Calvada Eye with Health and Human Services and the community health nurses and the veteran services as well.
They're taking you well? They're not
yes,
leaving you there?
And we're happy to be with them. We have had a great experience with the county, and we're very thankful to be with the county.
Well, thank you. It's nice to get a compliment every once in a while. Something's working right.
Yes, it's the county. They really are like a family, and they've really been very good to us, and we're very happy to be with them.
So thank you, Gary, for
anytime
spending some time with us again.
Coming on these shows.
We always, you're always welcome here, and you know that. And thank you for making it. You're going to be here next week and the week after, or are you going to be in Tonopah?
I'm going to be in Tonopah the week of the 17th.
Okay.
So, but I'm not going till Tuesday that week, so I may be here on the 17th.
But you'll call it in, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Good night, folks. Thank you for
watching. Good night. Thank you.
See you next week.